Good morning, everyone. I am so excited that you are joining us today. I am Mickey, and I am a co founder of Conscious Life Collective. And thank you for joining us for our last Conscious Life Collective connection of the week and energy of the week with Michael Ocher. And, this has been a several month series that we've had. And I am just so honored to be a part of that and we were talking about what we're putting into stake and just kind of unity and finding where we belong as we are going forward and to prosper in the next year. So, Julie, if you'd like to take it away.
Yes, my name, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Julia Bernatsky. I'm co-founder of Conscious Life Collective and the founder of Untamed Hearts. Now, this is the last broadcast of the year, not the last broadcast. So we are continuing and we're going to see you again on January 3rd. But today is all about reflecting of what was created together as a collaboration, reflecting on the 2020, which was a year that I believe that no one could have predicted. And how did we learn from it? How did we grow from it? What were the challenges? What were the amazing opportunities? And of course, we want to take us into the future about and look at and kind of just drop the seed into 2021. We have Michael Ocher, who is our permanent resident on Sundays at 12. We love Michael. He is a Kabbalah teacher and a spiritual teacher and a Tate healer. And thank you so much for joining us today, Michael. And let's do it. So 2020 last broadcast. Let's do it.
Yes. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Julia. Welcome, everyone. It's our final installment of 2020. It's been an amazing journey. I really appreciate Mickey and Julia for hosting this and for providing this space where we can talk more about consciousness and how we can always make the most of our life. How can we have the best of our life? Because that's our birthright. This is why we're here. We're here to enjoy. We're here to prosper. We're here to grow. We're here to enjoy, to learn, to experience, to taste life, and to experience life. And I'm a Kabbalah teacher, and also, like Julia mentioned, a Theta healer, and I do sessions with students. I give classes, and this is an amazing platform where we can share, little bits of consciousness that make our life easier. And it's been an amazing year, really an amazing year. Very, very deep, very meaningful, a lot of reflection, a lot of, so much came up that we were just hiding under the carpet thinking that, oh, we can deal with it later. It's not important. We can do this some other time. It's, I need to do my life. That's what I need to take care of. And being so busy with our life, we forgot the most important things in our existence and why we came here. And this year was the official start of, no, you need to be conscious. You need to be a conscious human being. You need to be understanding what's happening around you. You need to be present. You need to be very, very good with understanding yourself, your people around you, how I'm operating, what are my gifts, what are my amazing attributes and gifts that I received from the universe that I can cultivate, grow, and share with others, and what are things that are doing the opposite, that are preventing me from living my best life, from living my potential, from really having the best experience of life I can possibly have. And I guess we can start by sharing what each one of us learned and what we went through. to me personally, I have to say that I am beyond grateful and thankful for the spiritual foundation and spiritual side of my life that I have, thanks to the Kabbalah Center where I'm, teaching and working. And I saw so many people around going through a very, very, very difficult time, fighting anxiety. Divorce rates were up. People were just in such confusion, and this is probably one of the biggest issues that people can have is uncertainty, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what will happen in our life, not knowing what's going to be tomorrow, not knowing, really anything from the way the year was. You really, anyone now that can tell you that I know what's going to happen, you need to take it with a lot of salt, because no one on this planet knows what's going to happen physically. What we do know is spiritual rules and laws, and spiritual operations of this universe. But physically, no one knows. In my opinion, this has been a very merciful way of how the world can come to change, because we saw the other times when the world went through such difficulties and went through such change, it wasn't so peaceful, it wasn't so merciful. It was involved a lot of war, a lot of suffering, and yes, we lost a lot of people due to this pandemic, of course. But the numbers are obviously nothing, and the damage is nothing like it was in previous, in World War, for example. But the change can be just as effective. The change is just as powerful. And for me, it was just a realization that what I have is such a blessing, and also realization that the more people start to realize what is really important in their life is their consciousness, is their state of mind, is how they treat themselves, how they treat other people, how they look at life, how much time do they spend on meditating, reading, connecting, sharing, growing. That's what really makes a person feel good about themselves, feel safe, feel protected and connected also. And it's a huge wake-up call, I think, to everyone, that if you're having a lot of these issues, then it's really time already. We cannot spend more time on the false things that we assume will make us happy, on the 1% things, on either fame or money, or just more instant gratifications, food that you eat, the exercise that you do, what you involve your mind in. This is what's really important. And to me, it's really been an amazing year. Really so grateful for the organization, for the community, for my students. Really beautiful experience. I was, in the beginning, before summer, I remember when we were in full lockdown and this is just brand new. And I remember driving around and just looking, and it felt so peaceful, because nobody was working, nobody was heading to work. So it was like a one long weekend for everyone. And everyone is just outside and enjoying and not being so worried, and being more connected with nature and connected with the important things in life. It felt really messianic, really like this is how our world can be. So, and it was a preview. I really don't know what's coming next. I don't know if it's, some people are saying that 2021 is going to be an amazing year. Some people are saying it's going to be more difficult. It really depends on us. That's the ultimate determining factor. It's not something outside of us, but really inside. So that to me it just emphasized it so much more. And it also gave me a lot of fuel and a lot of desire to grow even more, because there's a speed at which you are changing, at which you are transforming. And this speed can be, some people take a very long time, right? Some people take lifetimes to change and transform. And some people do it instantaneously. So I want to be more and more on with a group of people that changes right away. That change is easy, comes with ease, change is the point of being here. And that way, if the more people have that consciousness, definitely we're gonna have an amazing 2021. So those are some of my learning points from 2020.
Yes. It's amazing to reflect at it like this, right? Like it's kind of like you turn back and you see it all pass by like a beautiful train. Some moments are very peaceful and revealing of what's possible, and some moments bring fears and anxieties, thinking that that could be the reality in the future. But the main thing that I want to say is that it is up to us. We are the ones creating it, and our perception of what we choose to connect to is shaping up, defining, and painting the canvas of our life. So each one of us can paint their own canvas, and it doesn't mean that we're going to stay oblivious to what is happening around us. It's more about what are we contributing to, what are we telling our children, what are we contributing and opening ourselves up in our communities. Miki just shared something with me right before the broadcast, because we do like a connection to ourselves before we come on the air, so that we are aligned and we're showing up in the right way. And Miki said something beautiful. Would you mind taking?
Yes. So this morning, the message in the sermon at church was really about family and unity, and how we're really kind of establishing new traditions. And right, the priest says this morning, family are the people who help us to become our better selves. And then he went on to say this could be the biological, but also those who we call brothers and sisters in love. And my reflective word has been clarity, and it's been being able to see clearly what has been in front of you the whole time, but we were so busy and distracted before now, and we didn't see it, and now we can. And to be able to use that, and like you said, Julia, it's how we react to what's going on. That's the only thing we have control of right now. We don't have control of what will happen, but we have control of how we respond to, and how we again share that with our young people or the people in our family, and setting the example for them.
I love that.
Beautiful.
And I was in the city yesterday, and just to put things in perspective, like in the beginning of COVID, sometimes it was very peaceful and sometimes it was scary. Manhattan is nothing like it's ever been before. And why I'm bringing up Manhattan, because it's kind of like this magical place of the world. Like it's nothing like anywhere else. It's a very special, unique place. And yesterday it was so full of people. Maybe not so much tourists, but mostly people who live here, because everybody came out because of Christmas to take pictures with beautiful lights. And even though so many stores are closing right now, and it's a little sad to see, but there's still these Christmas lights. There's still this beautiful tree that is up. We are still celebrating life. And it's again, it's like we are born to be happy. We came to this world to be happy, and it's a choice. So one of the things I would like to invite us to consider is a choice to choose to be happy, to choose happy in 2021. Michael, how about you?
So many things. I think the most fundamental ones are the most important. To me, it was all about, in my opinion, what I experienced is a lot about me with myself. And I think because of quarantine and having to be in your own space, it was a lot about you need to make sure that you are okay with yourself, that you welcome yourself, you respect yourself, you honor yourself, you forgive yourself, You encourage yourself. You are the most important relationship that you will have for the rest of your life. So are you welcoming? Are you loving yourself unconditionally? Are you telling yourself, yes, you are my top priority? We cannot lie about that. And what's important for a human being is not what the outside world is teaching us. It's those simple, small things. And kind of like putting more gas into your car of growth, of spirituality, of self-discovery, of finding out who you really are. We always say, there's this always saying that you are your biggest enemy, and all these, sayings that you are your biggest limitation, etc. So those sayings are great, but you need to go deeper. You need to understand, okay, so what does it really mean? What does that mean that I am, all these wise men are saying that our egos is our biggest limitation. We are our own biggest limitation. So what does it mean exactly? Because we're all so individual and so unique. Every single one of us, just like our fingerprint, is a completely unique entity in a unique universe and a unique being. And we experience everything completely uniquely. No two people experience the same event in the same way. Every single human being experience everything individually and differently. There's 100,000 people at a concert. Every single one of them experiences it differently. There's 10 people in the class. Every single one of them hears something else. So we're completely all unique energies, all unique universes. Isn't it incredible? What an incredible thought that each and every single one of us is a completely unique universe. And what do you have in your universe? Are you limited by fears? And are you procrastinating? Are you constantly in anger? Are you constantly in your victim mode? Am I blaming? Am I waiting for something to happen, for my life to change? Am I constantly postponing things that I want to do with my family, with myself, with my life? Or am I fully going head on? Another very simple thing is also, how easy am I with myself? Because in a relationship, when you have a very demanding partner, it's not going to be a very good relationship. If your partner is constantly telling you, you're not doing this enough, you're not doing this to me, I want this and I want that, that's obviously probably 80% of this world, that's the kind of relationships that they're in. But it's not a healthy relationship, and especially not a healthy relationship to be with yourself. If you're constantly thinking, oh, I need to do more and I'm not enough, etc., what are you doing? What kind of a relationship with yourself are you having? You want to be forgiving towards yourself. You want to be investing in yourself. You want to be praising yourself for every positive thing that you do. You want to be telling yourself, oh, you know what, I rather refrain from that behavior, from that thought process, etc. So it's all about the individual, I think. It's all about us. It's all about, obviously, like Mickey said, about unity. That's definitely, that's the key, right? And we all want to feel that we are living in one family. Humanity, if more and more people are going to look at each other as brothers and sisters, the world is going to be a better place, for sure. And the way to do that is by looking at the relationship you have with yourself. If you're still blaming or being a victim of your parents, siblings, partner, situations, let it go. Let it go. It's time to move on. That's it. There's no more. The God, universe, the earth, whatever it is that you want to call it, is telling us, let go, move on, start progressing, start evolving to something so much bigger. And I've lately been thinking about this idea of that we are infinite beings. We are infinite beings. There's absolutely no limitations to us. The only limitations we have is the ones we place on ourselves. So if just to think about that thought, I am an infinite being. How could an infinite being get troubled by almost literally anything in this physical reality, right? By whatever people say or what I might be lacking in the 1%. We're infinite. We're infinite beings of, like Ram Dass says, loving awareness, right? That's all we are. Loving awareness. Repeat it to yourself. And another powerful thought that I learned this year And this is obviously, again, it's my job, but it's also something that I personally love, is the discovery of consciousness, to understand what kind of consciousness is propelling you towards light, and what kind of consciousness keeps you in the dark. And the consciousness that keeps you closer in the light and moving towards the light is the understanding that you are constantly creating yourself. To me, that's just a beautiful thought, that you are in a constant process of creation.
I love that.
Yeah,
Love that.
constantly creating yourself is
Yes.
so beautiful. So you are
Yeah.
never something that someone said, that you did, or that people think of you, but you are a constant, endless being of creation. And yeah,
Amazing. How beautiful. So there's so many things we learn, and we please people who are listening to us right now live, who are watching it as replay, please drop us a line. What did you learn? What are you taking with yourself into 2021? And what do you still want to learn? Are you aware of what do you want to learn? Sometimes our world becomes bigger when we are bringing something into the world that didn't have a place there yet. So this is how you grow. What do you still want to learn? I know that I want to learn to be um, a person who is able to create more unity between people, even though I feel that I do, but there's so much more that I can create inside of that place, by allowing other people be themselves, by allowing in meeting people where they are, instead of like Michael often says, there's no coercion in spirituality or things like that. There's, you cannot push or force anybody, but it doesn't mean that there's no unity. So this is what I want to be, the person who is able to meet people where they are and create unity in personal relationships with myself and within the community, bringing people together. So please drop us a line. And maybe Michael and Nikki, do you want to say what are you taking and still want to learn into 2021? I'm so excited about that number, by the way. Mickey, what do you want to learn?
I think like you said, sort of that self-learning and recognizing, again, like I said, is that the change is never ending. And it's the one thing we have the control over is how we respond. And it really is about growth, because none of us have ever had to respond the way we have recently. And to learn to, be more flexible, more, I don't know, of others, and just being able to have that self-growth,
Thank
and the
you.
self-love.
And Michael?
So another thought that came to me is feeling, realization, and feeling is that the best journey you're ever going to take is within. And to continue this journey of self-discovery, of finding out more and more about yourself, and the importance of learning spirituality. It's a very crucial, it's obviously something that you want to obviously implement eventually in your life, but to head towards, because I'm immersed in this all the time, and it comes to me as second nature. But most of the world, 99% of the world is in such darkness. It's such delusion, and so much pain and suffering and chaos is created because of that. So my goal is to obviously elevate consciousness of humanity more and more, so this world becomes a better place. And for me personally, it's the discovery of the self, the journey within, continuing discovering more about myself. Who am I? Where am I coming from? What's important for me? Making sure I stay on track with my priorities, with what is important to me, reconnecting with my values and making sure I stay true to them. Whatever my priorities are, I make sure that I check in with them. and I don't spiral around. And this world, usually we're just spiraling around, and it kind of pushes us. And to take, before 2020, to take some time, and reflect on your life, it was a real effort. And now it was like that's the only thing you can do. So I want to keep this important and beautiful practice of making sure that I check in with myself. I'm making sure that I'm staying true and loyal to myself, and whatever is important and valuable to me, that's the values I am investing in, and I'm not just spiraling off. And again, just I see something, like we see something flashy, we see something that is very interesting to us, and we spiral into that direction. Want to stay true to yourself. You want to stay true to what's important to you. You want to understand that you are the creator of your universe. You are the creator. The creator is part of you, and you are part of the creator. You are one.
You are the creator. I think this is the
So,
biggest message. We're saying it to every single one of you. You are amazing. You are the creator. Please believe it.
yeah,
Please make your choices. Please expand your world,
yeah,
so that you can wake up in the morning and be like, this is my life.
yeah,
Like, own it.
yeah.
Please write to us. It's very good to write it, journal it for yourself. We've been saying it all the time. Journal it, like just think about it as not you writing something. Think about it as a stream of consciousness. Allow it to come through you. Just write. Just allow your fingers to move, and you'll be surprised. For those of you who don't know how to journal, just allow it to move, your fingers to move, and things will show up from the subconscious to and will be pulled forth to the conscious. And this is all about consciousness.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Please love yourself. You are unique beings of light, and you are the creators.
Juliet, one more thing I wanted to add
Yes.
is also it's a time to uh, plant seeds, right? New Year's is the time when we make resolutions. And again, from learning 2020, a lot of resolutions that people made were just not very easy to do, right? In this year. But the lesson, I think, to me, is that yes, we shouldn't be discouraged and not write physical things that we want to accomplish, and God willing, we'll be able to travel soon and meet everyone and be together, and this will just be gone in a split of a second. But we also want, like you said, journal. I so for that, and but also to make New Year resolutions and things that you want to manifest for physically, but also more importantly, as we see, is spiritually, to see what kind of spiritual goals do you have for yourself for 2021. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. Um, so, guys, if you have questions, drop your questions, and we will get back to it. And I will promise to address everything personally, because this is how we stay connected these days. And Michael, do you think we have a few minutes for the meditation and download? Yes.
Absolutely. Let's do these uh, these meditations that will take us to our next level. So we want to relax. Want to feel oneness with ourselves. Be very present in us. Focus on your breathing. Make sure your breathing is just with your abdomen. Relax your shoulders, relax your chest. Relax every single part of your body, all your muscles, and allow energy to flow. And you want to start to feel as you and the chair you're on is one. And you want to start to feel how you and the room that you're in are one, and you and your town, and eventually expand to the whole planet. That we're one entity. Then you want to start to be surrounded by a beautiful white light. This light of unconditional love, of ease, of support, of clarity, of certainty, of beautiful, relaxing energy. And we want to start to plant a seed for the upcoming year that we want to be more and more self-conscious, conscious of ourselves, conscious of who we are, conscious of what's really important to us, conscious of our values, value ourselves, respect ourselves, to really take this lesson that any judgment we have towards other people, any criticism we have against other people, is only helping us understand more and more about ourselves. So if you want to plant this seed of spiritual evolution for the upcoming year, that whatever comes to us, we're going to first check in and look at it through a spiritual perspective, through a higher level of understanding. If you want that, say yes, and send you that download. And also, our life is always a lot about letting go of past traumas, pain, limitations, fears, resentment, hate, animosity, victim consciousness. So we want to look to our higher selves, and we want to be able to let go with just a thought, making it that easy for us to move on. So if you want to know how to let go with Creator's assistance, say yes. And make a commitment to ourselves that everything that will happen from now on in this life, we are taking everything with ease. Everything is easy. Everything is smooth. Everything is joyful. Why? Because we decide so. Because we are the creators of our world. If you want that, also say yes. And to remember to value ourselves, to value our desires, value our priorities, value our instinct, our intuition, our gut feeling. To invest more in learning, to invest more in meditating, to invest more in giving. If you want those, also say yes. And we want to remember some key things: that we're infinite, we are absolutely amazing, we're absolutely flawless, we have no limitations, we're limitless, we're fearless, courageous, we're wise, we're compassionate, we're kind. And those are the values that we want to stick to. And whenever you're ready, just thank and appreciate the Creator, the universe, yourself, our Earth, our planet. Awaken and raise the amount of appreciation we have in our life. For every breath we take, for our eyes' ability to see, appreciate everything: our homes, our friends, our family. More and more appreciation. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Beautiful meditation.
Beautiful. Thank you, Michael.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you for investing in all of us and our community. And we so look forward to the 2021. Whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching us on a replay, or if you find that you helped yourself or you know someone who really could be benefiting or help from what it is that Michael is sharing with our community, please make sure you share this recording with them, but also to share our community with others.
Yes. So if you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe right here. Yes, subscribe so that you get alerts right there. Yes. This way we do funny things with hearts usually. Yes. It's very difficult sometimes, but yes. So we're sending you so much love and so much heart. And just remember that the only thing we have is right now. The present moment is all we have. So let's just make the best out of it. And love, love, love to you, our beautiful community. And we'll see you next year. Yes, in January, on January 3rd at 12. And we will continue.
Thank you, everyone.
Holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.